We didn't see you there.
Okay, so the next question I want to ask is, if you could go back in time and give some advice to your 20-year-old self in college, what would you tell yourself?
Take a summer stock job. That would have been mine. I never worked professionally until I graduated college. The closest I ever came was working at like summer theater camp at my high school. So yeah, work professionally. Find a summer stock job that will let you cut wood and put up sets and do that sort of stuff. That would be mine.
Yeah, I would definitely work more in the theater, but I would also tell myself to take more classes unrelated to theater, because I think I'm learning more now that I'm actually in the world than I could have learned in a lot of my classes there, because I took a lot of drama classes and didn't take cool humanities classes or anything like that. So it was drama and then all my pre-med classes. So I would take a plethora of other things.
And that's what I did, and I actually wish I had taken more classes in drama outside of my field, because I only took design classes, so like I didn't take directing classes and acting classes and whatever, because I had no desire to do those things. But now I kind of feel like I'm behind the times when we talk about that sort of thing. But I would definitely do an internship for a summer program. I mean, if you can get hired somewhere, that's great, but if you were, I would do an internship, because I think that they're great, as I'm doing my second one here. So yeah, I would say to, do things that are outside of your comfort zone in general, whether that means taking other theater classes or taking classes in humanities and stuff like that. I mean, obviously that's what I ended up majoring in, so I love that too. So I would probably say that, and probably I would say take more pictures and drink less, but that's not quite
Drink more.
on top of it.
Yeah, no, I think similar to what Rachel just said. As I'm sort of coming to realize that I want to be a director, I'm wishing that I had a much stronger background in design and in technical theater, things that I sort of thought were sort of irrelevant to me when I believed that I was an actor, and I wish that I had taken advantage of opportunities in college to learn about those things. And I also wish I would tell myself to cut my hair, because I had this terrible afro.
I would like to get these guys have said. The opportunities I sought and did were at first acting, and then once I did this thing, I felt really, really scary to try directing, and then only really directing. And I wish that my school had lots of opportunities for students to do things other than act. So I wish I had costume design to show, or set design to show, or worked in other capacities in theater, that even though I knew I didn't want to do them, but I would have told my 20-year-old self that was okay, I should try them anyway, and gain those skills, because now I wish I had them, the very technical things I just can't do. I want to.
Okay. And what is everyone's plan after leaving Actors Theater?
I'm never leaving. I'll be buried here. I'm gonna move to New York in the spring/fall, depending on how plans work out, and pursue probably assistant design work, working with hopefully directors with a name in New York City, running around for them. My own design stuff with people I know who are a little bit more on my level, and working hopefully some technical stuff rather than taking a job at Starbucks, say. Perhaps working in a theater as a sound technician or as a technical director or something like that.
And I'm from New York, and I'm moving back there again. I was just there. And I'm going to try to make my way as a stage manager, work from the bottom up, hopefully be on a tour sometime soon, and just try to make it.
Me too.
Yeah, about the same. I'm planning to move to New York and work as a director and a playwright, which are things that no one will pay me to do anytime soon, and find other ways to support myself.
The same, yeah.
Okay, so is moving to a big city an eventuality for anyone working in theater?
An inevitability?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think probably so. To New York or Chicago, at least for a short period of time. I mean, I think it's important. For me, I don't want to live there. I don't want to be there. I don't want to be a New York person. I don't think I'm going to like the freelance lifestyle. I don't think I'm going to like the sort of uncertainty of it. But I do feel like I have to go and prove myself and sort of have a sense of what that world is before I can opt out of it. And I see myself teaching in a college somewhere, probably ultimately. But I think I probably can't teach, and I probably can't know myself as a designer well enough if I haven't done New York or Chicago.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely a New York person, so I will probably stay there forever. Maybe. We'll see. But I think it's really important to go to New York or to Chicago or to LA, San Francisco.
That's probably the West Coast circuit.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean-
to go to a big city is
I
important.
think that a lot of the opportunities are in cities, in both sort of like the smaller, scrappier sort of work, and also the larger scale work. But I think that there are more than 2 cities. You know, I think that there are probably a dozen cities in the country that have real theater scenes that are vibrant.
But the thing is about you have to go to a city because that's where everyone goes to try to make themselves into anything. So whether it's to look for an awesome new play that you want to direct, or to find an awesome group of people to work with as a stage manager, or to have an amazing set to light, like those things are usually in the larger cities rather than staying in.
I mean, I want to go to a larger city and prove myself as well, and then I think I want to work at a large regional theater long term. Like if I could be the resident lighting designer at a place like Actors Theater, but it needs to be in California, that'd be what I want. So like birthday rep for ACT. But I agree, you have to prove yourself. I mean, like before you can teach, before you can have any claim to fame, you have to work really hard.
Well, there's also something about the connections that you make in a city, since so many people go and flock to the city who are in theater. You meet so many different people, and they'll tell you what their road was, and you can sort of try to travel along their path.
Yeah. Although I also think like there is no one path to success in this field or in any field, but I think particularly in theater, there's no clear way to do it. So you should always feel free to innovate and try something different.
Okay. And finally, do you have any last piece of advice as we wrap up here for him?
Oh God. Be good to people. There's way too many people in this, or there's way too few people in this field to not. I mean, that probably extends all the way back to LSU as well. There's way too few people working in this field to ever burn bridges with anybody. Or
Everybody knows everybody.
Everybody knows everybody, and
Or
everything,
something
and
about
everybody
that.
talks. And that's the other thing is like
Everybody talks.
professional theater is just like college theater. It's just like high school theater, which is like everyone's gossipy and everyone's all up in your business all the time, which is like lovely and wonderful and means that you have really great friends who know a lot about you, but it also means that everyone around them also knows a lot about you as well.
I think something very important is to have something to fall back on, because while I'm sure that you are the best actor in the entire world, I have.
How do you feel about what she just said, Jeff?
As the best actor in the world, Jeff.
No, that's fine.
All right, continue.
Because I have more confidence in myself knowing that if I realize that I'm burnt out or don't want to do theater anymore for some reason, or just decide it's not the right career for me, I can always still reopen my MCAT book, do some studying, and apply to med schools. And I think it's something important also if you're going to be in theater, since you're going to have a money-making job, to rather than just wait tables or something, if you have some sort of other niche, it's a good way to make it if you're really going to make it.
I'm going to pass along a word of advice from my father, who said that anyone can get a job, few can follow their dream. So live big, dream hard, make it happen.
Will, I have no advice for you.
All right, Rachel.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh boy.
I guess kind of just to like second what these guys have said, but that like having other passions is I think really great for making money, and also just sometimes it's nice to have your headspace in a couple of different places because I think it makes you a better artist. And also always like walk into a room and be the best person to work with, because I think that is not always easy, especially sometimes when you're an assistant. So that's something that I think about a lot, but always something that I try to do.
That's great.
All right, Stowe, what is your favorite sound?
I knew it was was coming. I wasn't even ready. The sound of coffee brewing.
Ooh.
Lizzie, what's your least favorite sound?
The sound of people, well, there's two different sounds. Rubbing rough paper or the sound of an unsharpened pencil on paper.
Rachel, what is your favorite cuss word?
My favorite cuss word? Oh, it's definitely fuck.
Zach, if you weren't doing what you were doing, what else would you be doing?
That's a good question. Maybe journalism of some sort, or else sort of going into academia, perhaps. That's bullshit. I don't believe either of those things.
I believe it. I think you'd be a professor.
And Rachel, when you get to heaven, what would you like to hear God say?
I don't know.
You better figure it out, girl. It could come any day.
There's lots of food. That is nice. There's lots of food. Lovely.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Oh.